Ever wanted to encourage players to roleplay more? Ever wanted tips on how to encourage players to embrace roleplay at your table? Then stay tuned for today's episode. Hello and welcome to RPG PhD. I'm Dr. Ben, and today we will discuss how to encourage players to embrace role-playing. First, I want to say there is no wrong way to play as long as everyone is having fun and enjoying the experience, but this is an issue I hear about from GMs and players who would like to see their tables more fully embrace role-playing. Also, there is not a one-size-fits-all approach to any of the topics that I cover here on the channel. Each table and group of players are unique individuals with particular needs, motivations, and play styles. These tips are what I have found to be effective in my years of GMing and playing RPGs, and I hope that they will be useful in your games. So let's talk about how to encourage roleplay at your table. First, lead by example. As the game master or an experienced player, actively demonstrate role-playing by fully embodying your character. Leading by example as a GM or experienced player is a powerful way to demonstrate role-playing and inspire others. Fully embody your character, showing enthusiasm, expressing emotions, and engaging in character interactions. By consistently immersing yourself in your character's persona, you set a standard for others to follow. Display genuine excitement for the game and your character, allowing your passion to be contagious and motivating others to invest more deeply. Don't shy away from expressing a range of emotion, as it creates a more immersive atmosphere and encourages others to do the same. I have experienced this often in theater when a really amazing actor is brought into an ensemble and the other actors suddenly up their game because they have a positive example to emulate. Remember, leading by example creates an atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable exploring their characters and embracing the joys of role-playing. One of the things that you can do to help your players sometimes is when they begin narrating, just to sort of casually say, hey, tell me about that, but do it in character. Just do it as if you were playing your character and sort of encourage that and move away from sort of the narration bit. Foster a creative space. Establish a creative and non-judgmental space. In order to encourage players to embrace role-playing and overcome discomfort or awkwardness, it's important to establish a creative, non-judgmental space where they feel comfortable exploring their characters. Emphasize that role-playing is a collaborative and creative process and that mistakes or moments of vulnerability are welcome and encouraged. In creating a non-judgmental environment, focus on fostering respect and open communication. Establish ground rules that promote respect and creativity, encourage active listening, and valuing different perspectives. Celebrate the creativity of characters and players, highlighting how it adds depth to the storytelling experience. Respect personal boundaries and provide support to players who may feel uncertain or vulnerable. Offer constructive feedback and praise their efforts to foster growth and development. Konstantin Stanislavski was a Russian theater practitioner and actor who helped develop the influential Stanislavski system, a method of actor training and character development that revolutionized modern acting techniques. Stanislavski said that creating an environment where actors could explore their characters was really difficult to do and very easy to disrupt. Role-playing, like acting, requires some vulnerability on the part of the role player, and if an individual feels ridiculed or mocked, then the environment for creativity is destroyed. I was once in a theater production rehearsal, and after saying my lines, a fellow actor said to me, "You're not going to do it like that, are you?" By creating this welcoming realm, an adventurous haven, or whatever term resonates with your game's theme, you create a positive and creative atmosphere that allows players to freely explore their characters and engage in immersive role-playing. In other words, if you want your players or GM to put themselves out there, they need to know that if they make a mistake or a role-playing moment falls flat or just feels off, that the other people at the table have their back and they're there to support and encourage instead of saying something like, "You're not going to do it like that, are you?" Encourage backstories. Encourage players to develop detailed backstories for their characters. By understanding their characters' histories, motivations, and goals, players can feel more connected and invested in their role-playing. Encouraging players to develop detailed backstories for their characters adds depth and richness to the role-playing experience. Here are some ways to foster this practice and help players become more invested in their characters. Provide guidance during character creation, offering prompts and questions that help players delve into their characters' pasts. Encourage them to think about their character's upbringing, significant life events, influential figures, and personal goals. This guidance provides a starting point for crafting compelling backstories. Highlight the importance of backstories in shaping characters' identities and motivations. Explain how these narratives impact their decisions and interactions within the game world. encourage players to consider how their characters' past experiences inform their present choices and future aspirations. Incorporate elements from characters' backstories into the game's plot and encounters. Introduce NPCs, locations, or story arcs that directly relate to their pasts. This validates players' investments in their characters and creates personal stakes and emotional engagement. Design scenarios or challenges that allow characters to confront their past, resolve conflicts, or pursue personal goals. Providing opportunities for character growth and development empowers players to explore their backstories and shape their characters' journeys. Recognize and reward character development as the game progresses. In other words, deeper role-playing requires that players have deeper character information so that they have something to draw from. Encouraging players to craft detailed backstories enhances their immersion, investment, and role-playing capabilities. It deepens their understanding of their characters, leading to more meaningful interactions and storytelling within the game. Individualized character moments. Consider offering individual character moments or side quests that focus on individual character development. These in-game one-on-one sessions allow players to explore their character's story in depth and build confidence in role-playing. I don't mean private role-playing session, but rather having a side quest NPC interaction that is just focused on one character without the other party members. I do this occasionally in my own games to deepen character and NPC relationships and to allow individual players some story time that is not overshadowed by other players. Especially if you have players who are more shy or reserved, they can be talked over by more outgoing players in a group setting. Individual character sessions or side quests can greatly enhance character development and role-playing. These dedicated moments provide players with a personalized focus, allowing them to explore their character's backstory, goals, and growth in depth. By offering individual moments, you create an intimate role-playing experience that encourages players to fully immerse themselves in their character's mindset and interact with the world on a deeper level. During these moments, players can engage in meaningful interactions with NPCs, face personal challenges, and make choices that directly impact their character's progression. The individual focus enables the uncovering of hidden aspects of their character's backstory, allowing for transformative experiences and significant character development. As the GM, you have the freedom to tailor the narrative specifically to each character's needs, interests, and goals, creating a more personalized and engaging storytelling experience. Now, if you have a large group of players, this can be difficult to manage, and you need to make sure that you have some of these one-on-one moments that when you have some of these one-on-one moments, that they're distributed equally among the players. By offering individual character moments, you demonstrate to players that their character stories and development are valued. This personalized approach enhances player engagement and satisfaction, inspiring them to become more invested in the overall game and the collaborative storytelling experience. Start small. Starting small is a great approach to help players ease into role-playing and build their confidence in portraying their characters. By beginning with simple role-playing interactions such as conversations with NPCs or small character-focused scenes, players can gradually immerse themselves in their character's role without feeling overwhelmed. One of the key benefits of starting small is that it allows players to feel more comfortable and confident in expressing their character's thoughts, emotions, and dialogue. It provides a low-pressure environment where they can test the waters and gradually explore their character's personality. To facilitate starting small, provide specific prompts or situations that encourage role-playing. Introduce friendly innkeepers, intriguing merchants, or morally ambiguous encounters that prompt players to engage in role-playing. Set the tone as the GM by actively embodying non-player characters and engaging in immersive dialogue, creating a welcoming environment for role-playing. Encourage active listening among players, allowing them to respond and build upon each other's role-playing contributions. In an acting context, active listening refers to the technique of attentively and fully engaging with one's scene partner's words, gestures, and emotions during a performance. It involves being present in the moment, actively processing and responding to the information received, and using that information to inform one's own reactions and behavior in a scene. Active listening allows actors to create more authentic and dynamic interactions on stage or in front of the camera. This is about the interplay between characters. When one character says something in a particular way, you want to actively listen to what and how they say it, which means you can then respond in a proportional way, or a way that makes sense in that context. For example, if one character got into your face and screamed insulting obscenities at you, the way you respond is probably going to be completely different than if they just tried to insult you in a witty or casual way. This fosters collaboration and enhances the overall experience. Offer in-character or out-of-game rewards. Create in-game rewards or bonuses for players who actively engage in role-playing. This could be additional information, character development, or unique abilities that are unlocked through immersive role-playing. Offering in-game rewards or bonuses for players who actively engage in role-playing can be a great way to incentivize and encourage immersive role-playing. Reward players who engage in role-playing by providing them with extra information about the game world or the current situation. This could include details about hidden treasures, secret passages, or insights into motivations and backgrounds of NPCs. By giving them exclusive knowledge, you make their role-playing experience feel more meaningful and rewarding. Character development. Grant opportunities for character growth and development based on the player's role-playing efforts. This could involve unlocking new abilities, gaining access to unique items or spells, or advancing their character's personal story arc. By tying character progression to role-playing, players are motivated to invest in their characters' narratives and strive for deeper role-playing experiences. Introduce special abilities or traits that are only accessible through immersive role-playing. These can be thematic powers or skills that align with the character's personality or backstory. For example, a character who consistently shows compassion and empathy may unlock a healing ability or gain influence over certain NPC player characters. These unique rewards reinforce the connection between role-playing and character growth. Social influence. Recognize players who excel in role-playing by allowing their characters to have a greater impact on the game world. This can involve NPCs being more receptive to their ideas or requests, granting them favors or assistance, or providing them with opportunities for leadership or decision-making. By acknowledging and rewarding their role-playing efforts, you empower players to shape the narrative and feel more invested in the game. You can also offer out-of-game rewards. Consider offering small rewards as a way to recognize and appreciate players' commitment to immersive role-playing. You could create a series of categories like Best Overall Role-Playing, or Best Role-Playing Moment, or Best Character Growth, and at the end of each session, have your players vote by secret ballot and give out candy bars or some other treat. Or you could create a small book of role-playing coupons that you give your players to use at the table. These would be things like good for one reroll, or good for one in-game magic item, or good for one whatever you feel is an appropriate reward for your game. These are free to make, and you can tailor them for your particular system or players. These tangible rewards serve as tokens of appreciation, a token of appreciation, and motivate players to continue their immersive role-playing. When implementing in-game rewards for role-playing, it's important to remember to maintain game balance, foster player engagement, ensure that the rewards are meaningful but not overpowered, and tailor them to align with the specific needs and desires of each player and their character. By offering in-character or out-of-game rewards for immersive role-playing, you create a positive feedback loop that encourages players to invest in their characters, engage with the game world, and actively participate in the collaborative storytelling experience. Finally, and probably most importantly, supportive feedback. Provide positive feedback and encouragement when players take risks and engage in role-playing. Highlight memorable moments, creative ideas, and effective character portrayals. Positive reinforcement boosts confidence and motivates players to continue exploring their characters. Supportive feedback is crucial in fostering a positive and creative role-playing environment. Here are some ways to provide constructive and encouraging feedback to players. Acknowledge effort. Recognize and appreciate the effort players put into their role-playing. Let them know that their willingness to take risks and immerse themselves in their characters is valued and adds depth to the game. Express gratitude for their contributions to the story and highlight specific instances where their role-playing enhanced the overall experience. Highlight memorable moments created through their role-playing, whether it's a clever solution to a problem, a poignant interaction with an NPC, or a dramatic character revelation. Highlight these standout moments and explain why they were impactful. By shining a spotlight on these achievements, you validate the player's creative choices and encourage them to continue pushing the boundaries of their role-playing. Effective character portrayals provide specific feedback on how well players portrayed their characters. Compliment their ability to embody their character's personality, motivations, and quirks. If they successfully conveyed emotions, demonstrated growth, or made choices that were in line with their character's development, let them know. This feedback reinforces their role-playing skills and encourages them to delve deeper into their characters' complexities. Encourage collaboration. Recognize instances where players actively engage and support each other's role-playing. Point out moments of teamwork, cooperation, or meaningful interactions between characters. By emphasizing the collaborative nature of role-playing, you foster a supportive and creative atmosphere where players feel encouraged to build upon each other's ideas and create compelling narratives together. Offer constructive criticism. Alongside positive feedback, provide constructive criticism when necessary. If there are areas for improvement or opportunities to further develop their role-playing skills, address them tactfully and offer suggestions for growth. Be specific in your feedback, focusing on actionable steps that they can take to enhance their role-playing abilities. The goal is to help players refine their skills and deepen their immersion in the game. Remember, feedback should always be delivered in a constructive and supportive manner. Create a space where players feel comfortable receiving feedback and are motivated to continue exploring their characters. By providing supportive feedback, you nurture a positive and encouraging environment that empowers players to embrace their creativity, take risks, and fully immerse themselves in their characters' journeys. I hope you enjoyed this video on encouraging our players to embrace role-playing. If you find this content helpful, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.